What would you say from your experience in terms of perhaps looking at your average recruiter? What defines a top performing recruiter, perhaps compared to the run of the mill? What are the differences? What are the qualities?
Huge amount of luck.
Do you think there's luck in there?
Yeah, there's definitely luck in it, without doubt. I mean, and you make your own luck, of course you do, right? And how much time and effort and the style of effort you invest into your work will determine how much luck comes out the other end. Of course it does, but there's definitely luck in our industry. There has to be, because I know recruiters who pick up business without even asking for it. It just suddenly turned up in their lap, and they closed deals within 24 hours because the candidate was already chosen. So it's just like, well, that's got to be lucky, right? Why were they the person to go to? Well, they worked hard to be present in front of that client. So there's both sides of it. So there is an amount of luck, without doubt, but you make your own luck. I think it's a really interesting one, really. A lot of things that we talk about when we talk to new recruits, I suppose, and when they say, what do I need to do, be better at, good at, to really sort of outperform the market quickly. We talk about things like, self-confidence and non-subservience. I use the word subservience quite a lot, which is, how where people are quite apologetic, sort of like, would you mind if I do business with you? Could I possibly? Would it be okay? Of course, we'll drop our margins because everybody else has, type attitude. But that subservience, I think, holds people back hugely. It has held back a lot of people in our industry for a number of years. So you've got the other end of the scale, which is the arrogance, which I don't think necessarily works. But there's a bit in the middle, which is that real self-confidence that what we do is brilliant, our products are brilliant. You therefore need to pay for it. That's just the reality of how it works in business. So I think confidence is really important. Self-confidence. I think passion for I was actually having this conversation with a client a second ago, actually, about passion for your product and what you do. So not a false passion, but actually you're really interested in what it is that you're doing. So if you're placing tech people, developers, that you're passionate about tech. If you're placing construction workers, you're passionate about construction. I think it's quite hard to do it otherwise. It becomes very transactional if you don't have a real passion for your art, which I think is important. So self-confidence, I think passion for your art is important. And then I'll be very honest with you. I think a really good mindset and a positive mindset that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. I'm a big fan of as much as I'm an optimist, I'm also a big opportunist. I love the idea that if there's an opportunity, you should go for it, even if you probably don't have the right to go for it. You should go for it anyway. Why not? And then figure it out later. And I think it's a classic Richard Branson-esque thing to say, isn't it? But it's sort of true. Go and win it, work it out how you're going to do it afterwards. So that mindset piece is really important. And I say that because a lot of people will often say, surely you need to be well organized and structured and that type of stuff. I know amazing recruiters who are completely all over the place, but because they're so on it and so in the zone all the time, it doesn't really matter. Could they be even more successful if they were more organized? You could probably argue yes, but then they probably wouldn't enjoy it as much because that's not their way of doing things. So I don't think necessarily being more organized necessarily makes you a better recruiter per se. And I don't think, and I think to me, a lot of this stuff is attitudinal stuff.